Oh, I'm totally considering that. Let me share the party audio as well. Like, why not? Why the hell not?
Hmm.
Oh, wake up. Show the coffee. Yeah, baby.
I'll just playing, guys. If we do accents, we're not making fun of anything. We're just having fun. Tell Blake to do a British accent. Oh,
Yeah, baby.
that ain't
Smashing.
British. That ain't British, mate.
Would you like a spot of tea, mate?
Okay, there you go. And that's British.
Would you like a spot of tea?
Oh my god, it actually sounds British.
Bloody
Holy
hell,
crap.
what the hell you doing? I'm trying to work here. Piss off.
What the hell, mate?
Bloody hell. I'm trying to work here. Do you mind? Piss off. Bloody winkers.
What do you think? Alrighty. So, I'll be right back. I'll do something.
Dude, I'm a beast when it comes to combat.
Oh, I know. Alright.
I come up
I'll
with
be
this. I
right
come up
back.
with this one here. Look at that. Gadget combo.
Damn. Alright. I'll be right back. Like, I gotta go do a few things real quick.
Awesome, awesome sauce.
Then I'll be back. Justin, why does your setup look different in the background? Oh, that's because I'm inside of a hotel. I'm
It's
in
a long
Africa.
story. I don't want to repeat that. It's creepy.
Yeah, yeah, I'm not. I can tell you guys the story when Blake gets home. Cause I'll be up late night gaming for a little while.
Longer than me,
Justin,
actually.
Justin, I heard something on MOSFET's Twitter. He said something about it, but I'm not gonna mention it, and that sounds creepy. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
it sure as hell is, bro. It probably keep the fans out.
What is it creepy? Yeah,
Sable, Sable.
especially a million people that are watching. Guys, go check out Blake's channel. He'll have a million people that go into his chat.
Yeah, I need the views.
Alrighty, I'll be right back, guys. I forgot I have to go pay something, which is not good if you don't pay it, so I'll be right back.
Hello. Where are you? Aha! You sneaky sumbitch. I love the Raimi suit. It brings out all my primary colors. Bye bye. Don't tell me you're still alive. Nah, I can survive that fall. Nah. He did. He did. I want to see if I can add one of my my extra people over here. Keep the damn stream interesting, I tell you that much. Send you an invite. Well, I seen you in the chat, Chase. What's up, bro? Actually, let me turn up the master volume. I had that shit turned off. I like this point of the game because it's like there's limited amount of baddies to beat up. It's fun. I'm almost afraid to actually continue because I don't have that same amount of like challenge that I do right now.
I hope you've all learned something here, but I know better.
Yeah, you know better.
Hey, geniuses! I hadn't even seen you till you started causing trouble.
He did it.
Now, was that really worth all the fuss? Well,
I don't think so.
Was.
Yo, welcome to the stream, guys. Glad to have you here. If you guys want to check out my music videos, I do stuff like this when I try to get the angles and stuff, which makes it really cool.
Didn't I put some of you guys away 8 years ago? Man, I feel old.
Oh, come on. Ah! That worked out better. Rogue Harley Quinn, how you doing, bro? Your thoughts on Sony and MCU? I actually did a video on that, addressing that. Let me put that into the stream, you guys, and check it out yourselves. Honestly, if you want the quick version, I'm actually glad that they're moving to the MCU for one reason. They disrespected the fandom. They disrespected Stan Lee, and you know what? I'm not. I don't want to support people that disrespect the fandom and disrespect Stan Lee. It's just not my style. Glad to hear it. So that's my thoughts on the MCU. You guys can go check it out. But yeah, guys, like I just don't want people working on the films that if they do not respect the franchises within themselves, and they basically insult the fandom. I think that they deserve what's coming to them, and because that they're kind of going off on a tangent, that's the sign that Spider-Man is their bread and butter, and if they lose their bread and butter, what do they seriously have in the MCU right now? They're making it a big deal, and that's a sign that, you know, as much as I would love to see the storyline completed with that second movie, it's to the point, like, these people are so insane that they go out and they just say, you know what, boycott Sony. Well, Sony owns the characters and the rights to Spider-Man. So legally they're required to do what the hell they want with the series or the character in general. I honestly don't care either way. I'd rather not have an LGBTQ Spider-Man. Excuse me. But that's just my take on it.
Should stop at Feast
Let me see, guys. I'm also trying to read the chat and playing at the same time. They disrespected Black Widow fans too. Oh, I know that. I kept my mouth shut because, you know, things I say can be very harsh. But I was also looking forward to the Black Widow movie. I honestly thought that a couple of videos ago that would make a lot of money in revenue if they hadn't touched it. If they wouldn't touch it, made it gay. Which, you know, I shouldn't put it past Marvel. I should never have made it like that. It's gonna bomb. If they're making it LGBTQ, then they're gonna bomb. It's gonna bomb. Um, let's see. As a Black Widow fan, Endgame what pissed me off. Um, yeah, they killed the character off, which I didn't understand their point of view on that. If you kill Black Widow off, why are you having a solo film now? Shouldn't you have it? Shouldn't you should have had it? They should have had a Black Widow film after the first Avengers movie back in either somewhere around the first one was around 2009, 2010. I know they started with Iron Man in 2000. The MCU really took off in 2008. And since they killed both Iron Man and Captain America, which was their main source of revenue, and now they're relying on Spider-Man to do the work for them. And it's all. I think it proved my point when they
I don't want to think about what these guys could do in the meantime.
when they
I'll handle it.
started going apeshit about the character being out of the MCU, and that scared the shit out of Marvel. So they're doing all kinds of childish shit, saying boycott Sony, and that tells me that they really don't have anything left to show us. That's a complete cash cow. So if they lose their bread and butter, what else do they have to take its place? They literally have nothing. I mean, literally, that's all they got for us. And they insult us, and they bitch about certain shit. That took me back to when they were letting us have it for our thoughts on female Thor. I'm gonna call it female Thor, not the mighty Thor like they want, because they disrespected us as the fandom. I don't let that fly. So you know what? Let's all call him female Thor. Female Thor. Yo, Justin, you still there, bro?
Yeah.
Okay. Ah, come on. Controller's trash right now. Bye bye. Boop. I thought Natalie Portman hated being in the MCU. Yeah, she did. That's because she thought it was all male infested. As soon as they found out that it was gender swap in every character, she decides, oh, well, we like the MCU now. Bullshit. You only want a part of it just to have that diversity crap in their movies. And in my rant, I explained why I think Marvel deserves everything that's coming to them, and Disney deserves the same amount on that boat as well. Since they are in charge of Marvel, they should share their fate. And this is why Captain Marvel failed with fans. The diversity that they shove in politics and that they shove in into their movies doesn't mix. And don't give me that bullshit, because it's already been confirmed and proven that Disney made they made it look good by paying people at the box office. They literally paid money to make their asses look good, just to protect Queen Bree and her fucking minions. I got the video to prove it right now, and I got the link to prove it right now. Somebody from named Joshua from Geeks and Gamers, a reliable source, actually proved that correct. So, yeah, Captain Marvel was a big failure, and after the opening night, it started going taking a nosedive. It lost 50% of the revenue. They just paid it off to make it look like it was a success. Brie Larson is a weirdo. She is. She's a fucking cunt. That's what she is. She can't take criticism very well, and she criticizes the fans and insults the fan base because we don't agree with her politics.
Yep.
She's a fucking whore. And I believe why Sony's taken back their properties because they broke their deal. Marvel broke that disagreement, and that is solely on Marvel and Disney.
I can help with that. Watch out!
And I think, you know, them bitching is not going to help their situation. Talking and playing at the same time ain't my style. That's why I'm playing so kind of badly right now.
Alright.
But I'm glad everybody else sees it. I'm so glad that everybody's waking up and seeing what Marvel's really doing with their titles. They are really trying to pander, and we all know what happens when you pander. You cannot stop. You are showing support to people that don't even show your support when they buy those. They don't even watch your movies. That's who you're showing your support to. And then they go on Twitter and insult you because you have a different opinion on certain stuff. And they're telling literal people you like what we give you. And if you don't know what we want. Yeah, we pretty sure know what we want. And the proof is in the pudding, ladies and gentlemen.
Guys, his Rikers hold anyway.
Alright.
Oh, he's still dead. Okay, he's down.
Don't let him get behind you.
Scarlett Johansson, let me pause a second. Scarlett Johansson I have more respect for her. Not perfect mind, but she at least we can respect her. She was pissed at Nat died, okay, and feels bad for us fans. Dude, I respect Scar as a character. She's out of all of the female characters in the MCU, I think she has it most together. She has other films that she has been in that I certainly loved, which was Ghost in the Shell and the notable ones. They tried doing an anime one. I really have respect for her for trying that one. I have respect for some of the other things she's been in. She's a good actress, and I think people just know her for Black Widow. But hey, you know, it is what it is. I could look up some of her other films, and I'd still like it because her ability to love acting is so strong. She genuinely, what I got from her acting, she genuinely loves to act. She genuinely loves being an actress. That is the main key in being an actor or an actress. If you love what you do, and it's not just about the money for most people, you're gonna have nothing but success. I do wonder why Vic Mignogna is getting the heat, because he likes what he does and he's successful. He's a voice actor, plays Broly, and he's also a Christian. These are all the things SJWs despise, and they want nothing more to destroy them. People that just based on skin color nowadays. That's what Disney's leaning towards with Disney Plus. They're only hiring people and actors that are people of color. And you know what? That's bullshit. They should be hired for what they can achieve. Their track record. I don't know why people do this. I don't know why people ruin the things we like just for the sake of outrage, because they're nuts, probably. Damn rockets! Where is he? I'm trying to look like there you go. There you go. SJWs are weird, man. I know. I feel you. I feel you. Couldn't agree with you more.
All clear for the cleanup
It's
crew.
like they just stick their nose in everything that we love. For me, it's anime, and they're trying to get their hands on that, but they're not. You wanna know why? Because anime is made in Japan, and Japan couldn't give a fuck about their politics, which I love. All they care about is storytelling and how much money it makes. This is something that Hollywood has long since forgotten, and that's why anime is so successful right now. It's so successful in the West because they don't pander to these idiots. They don't. They really don't. And I think that's why the the comic industry is failing. They're trying to be too woke, and that's going to be their downfall. There was talk about DC trying to make a black Superman. Like, why can't we just please write the characters as they appear, as they look, how they're written? Please, can we just have that? You don't have to have everything diverse, identity politics driven. Can we just have something that's written by the book? Oh my god, these people are dumb. I love anime films. Oh, dude, I've seen my share of countless anime films. Whisper of the Heart was a Ghibli film. If you haven't seen that one back in the early 90s, I would recommend it. Highly recommend it because it's good. It had one of the best stories, and I think that's one of the notably films that really made it in the West. That and Kiki's Delivery Service, films like Totoro, My Friend Totoro, no, My Neighbor Totoro. It's just all of those are good for one reason, is because they focus on telling a good story. Your Name, Silent Voice, all of them can be great. All of them are good. I think that's what Disney and Marvel has completely forgotten because of that one important element. And that's why Marvel had so much success in the market, is because Stan Lee was still around. Once he kicked the bucket, they figured, okay, now we can do what we want with the damn stuff. Now we can make it as woke as possible without somebody giving us the red light. And the moment they did that, that's when it went flush the toilet. Supergirl did a black Jimmy, and fans hated it. Of course they hated it because of what they're trying to push. People hated Captain Marvel because of what it's trying to push. What were they trying to push? Oh, men are evil. You're gonna die. You're gonna die. Men telling her that in the army, that's what they were telling him, word for word. The fact that they ruined Nick Fury's character by first having him lift an autopsy under a scroll to see if its dick is bigger than his. The second disservice was his backstory and how he lost his eye. It was a cat that scratched his eye out. Spoilers, by the way. I don't know, man. You ruined countless characters, and that's one of them. That's a slap in the face to Winter Soldier, and I'm not happy. And there was empty seats. I've seen some empty seats after opening night. People posted pictures of empty seats. It didn't make much money. Disney twiddled around with the box office to make it look like it made enough money. That was a failure. And don't get me started on Hellboy. I think it's a bad idea to go with Blade too at this point in time right now. With Woke 4. No. I'm out, Pippin. MCU can dismiss me with that nonsense. I'm not doing it. I'm gonna be pissed if they take this game away right now. The sequel to the game. They're talking about, if we can't enjoy Spider-Man, nobody else can. On Twitter. Like, they're nuts. They're going insane. Over stupid stuff like a character. I know, man. Nat died at the end. I know, bro. I seen Endgame on opening night and many people seen Endgame on opening night because they wanted to see how it ended. And there's also talk about another Avengers movie. But question to Marvel: are you sure that's a wise decision doing another Avengers movie? because you already killed off your key main cash cows. And the fact that you lost your main cash cow, which was Spider-Man. I don't know, man. I think you should leave the Avengers alone. I think you should not touch it. No, no, no. Bad Sony. No. I keep saying Sony because I've been doing a lot of rants I've been doing a lot of rants lately. I meant to say bad Marvel, bad Sony, bad Disney. It's hard not to talk about Disney and Sony's dispute, but I really hope they do take Spider-Man away from them. I really do. I really hope Sony does that, because if for those people that want Tom Holland in there, I'm sorry, but I don't want people in charge of this project and this movie to handle this movie. I don't trust them anymore. Because what they are doing is they're trying to make it as woke as possible. And when you make it woke as possible, it's gonna fail. That's just how I feel about it. And I'm pretty sure everybody can feel the same way. Everyone feels the same way that I do. Because I've watched Spider-Man since the first movie came out in 2002. I'm a huge fan of that character.
People trying to kill me while all wearing the same outfit.
Where are these guys at? Is that some kind of glitch? Oh no, wait. Some of them were. There was a glitch where one of the baddies were in the were hidden in the wall or something. But I do get lost in the conversation. I really do, because I just love the character. I love talking about anime. I love talking about things that I grew up watching as a kid. You know, there's a lot of things you can do that you grew up watching, and watching these people destroy what you loved and what you really loved to watch when you were a child is just heartbreaking to me. It is. Oh, I died that time. It's Justin. We'll be back. He will be back. He got so awesome. Ah, Dennis, bro. All right, that's cool. Cool. I feel the same way. Dude, everybody feels the same way. I'm the voice of reason right now. I'm trying to, like, these people are just gone insane. But why these people going insane? They're not aware of what's going on behind the scenes. That's why I did the rant video. This is why I did the rant video. Is because they're bitching and they're trying to justify why they think Marvel should keep the rights. But do they really need to keep the rights? Let me ask you this. If they insulted Stan Lee, if they disrespected his work, they disrespected his legacy, they go on Twitter and assault fans. Do you really want somebody like that to be in charge of those films? Do you want somebody like that to be in charge of that project? Because I sure don't. I don't want a gay Spider-Man. I am sorry to all those Marvel fanboys out there, but you need to face the truth. There is something going on that is just unforgivable. You are tarnishing these characters. You are insulting what Stan Lee had. And even his daughter had few words to say. And I quote, these are these words. Marvel, I really hope you're paying attention, because this is important. And I'm going to repeat this as many times as I want. Let me find the video, and I want Geeks and Gamers to actually make my point clear. I hope I don't get a copyright strike for this, but
What's up, Geeks and Gamers? It's Jeremy coming to you with another video, and today, Stan Lee's daughter, J.C. Lee, rips Marvel and Disney. No one could have treated my father worse.
there we go. His quote Her quote was, "Nobody could have treated my father worse." Unquote. That is what she said, and she couldn't be far more truthful about this. They have dishonored Stan Lee. And they gave fans shit. They've insulted people. They have, their staff has tarnished what made Marvel Marvel. And, I'm so done with it. I'm so done with it. I'm done supporting stuff like that. I don't want people like that in charge of our films. I'm done supporting stuff like that. She is right. Thank you. I've seen this coming from a mile away. I've seen what they were doing with Captain Marvel, and that was red flag number 1 for me. You guys might have different opinions, but you know that's totally fine. I understand your points of view about the story, but I do not want Marvel and Disney handling this film based on what they are trying to push and what they are trying to force into the films. Nobody asked for these films to be LGBTQ. Nobody wanted it. Only people that wanted it, and I said this in my other rants before, only people that wanted it were SJWs and people that don't support Sony, people that don't support Disney and Marvel in general. They're not fans of the series. Those are the people that support the stuff. And you know, who would you rather have? And let me hear this from you guys. I want to know what you guys think. Who would you rather have in charge of this film, of this franchise? You have Disney, that doesn't care what you think. Disney will insult you every time that you speak out your concerns. They will insult you. They will insult your knowledge. They will insult you as a person and the fandom. They don't, and they say, "Fuck the fans." That's what they literally said in one of these posts. These are the people that they're pandering to. Or would you rather have Sony in charge of this franchise that don't really care about the fans, as you know, somewhat in some order of fashion, I would say, because they did have a lot of success and they did hire people that actually give a shit about the franchise, notably Into the Spider-Verse and Spider-Man 1 and 2. Guess where I'm leaning? I'm leaning towards Sony. I'm leaning towards Sony. Fox said FU to X-Men. Yeah, because X-Men is now owned by Disney. Fox is now owned by Disney. I'm wondering something here. If Disney's buying out companies, how are they not going broke right now? How much money does it cost to actually buy out these franchises? And if nobody supports what they're doing with those remakes, it's gonna be a bankrupt. It's gonna be a waste of space. I think that they are losing money, even though it's hard to show. They got small companies like Marvel going bankrupt because of their poor decision and rogue decisions. So that's a loss of revenue right there. Yes, it is a hard, small peephole that I'm looking towards, but over time it's going to get bigger and bigger. And they are losing cash. They are losing money. People are not supporting the Star Wars attraction that came out, Galaxy's Edge. People are pissed because Disney themselves said to go fuck the fans. Fuck the fans. Fuck what they think. Screw the movies. Screw George Lucas. Because that's how they operate. At the end of the day, both companies are money-grubbing pricks. But I would rather lean towards somebody that don't mess with the fandom, that don't insult the fandom, because us the fandom have a lot of say and pay money to see your products. So I don't know. I hope Disney's watching this, because I'm giving you fucking free advice. If you want us to take you seriously, if you want us to help you out, better beg on your fucking knees and say, help us out. Although I don't think we will, because what you've done to us as a fandom I'm surprised. I would be surprised if somebody actually would agree to help your ugly asses out. People are not happy with Disney's bullshit, and they'd rather have somebody else do it. They'd rather have somebody else be in charge of the franchise. MCU was lucky they got Spidey at all. I know, shouldn't they just be happy about that instead? Oh no, we have to have it because he makes a lot of money. Oh, I'm so sorry about Disney. You're not gonna get your gay Spider-Man. Boo-hoo, go cry me a river and shut up. Seriously, I bet that's the only reason why you're bitching and whining right now. Truth, karma's a bitch, isn't it, Disney? That's why I'm generally laughing at this situation. I'm laughing at these people because you're making it a big deal, throwing temper tantrums. It's funny. It's funny that because of the fact that they called us whiny little man babies. Well, when the shoe's on the other end of the foot, those same people that were bitching about us complaining about Thor 4 and their decision to make Thor female, I ask them now, what did you call us? Shouldn't you be called the man babies right now? Shouldn't you be a crybaby little bitch boy with no dick that has no backbone? Oh, God. That's what I call irony, and the revenge is all the more sweeter when it's back on their asses. Karma's a bitch, isn't it, Twitter, huh? I just love making fun of these people because it's all the more sweeter. Yo, I'm actually streaming right now. Could you make your mic available? Because we got some shit to talk about, man. Good Marvel stuff. So apparently Marvel, let me give E the rundown, guys. Marvel lost the rights to Sony, and now they're bitching about it. Because Sony owns the rights to Spider-Man, the character in general, and if they own the rights to Spider-Man, they are legally entitled to do whatever they want with the character. And Marvel can't take, because Marvel and Disney can't take that loss, they decide to threaten Sony by boycotting them and taking away their source of revenue, which was the comics and the games and shit. Well, you know, go right ahead, man. Go right ahead, because you know what? Spider-Man is your bread and butter. It is your revenue. That is your cash cow. If you get rid of that, then they're out of business. Marvel is. They are out of it. They're out of business if they get rid of that. If they do that. So they're actually doing our work for. Mm-hmm. They have to tell, like, yeah. Marvel vs. Capcom was great. I mean, didn't they take Wolverine out when they had dispute, like the same way that they're doing Spider-Man? At one point. No, Wolverine. X-Men. Marvel vs. Capcom. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, because I thought somebody said they did. They did a few games. Really? Must be a fake leak or something.
Hope everything's okay at Beast.
Okay, but what wasn't it? Because the guy said that one of them was, since Marvel was Fox was owning those licenses, Marvel didn't want anything to do with all the games and stuff. They got rid of the character of
That's why you guys
Wolverine from the games, or the X-Men.
enjoy.
Yeah. Well, okay then. Well, I know that one's fake. In case E was not a... Yo, E. In case... Alright. Well, let me give you the rundown of what's going on, E. Apparently, Sony and Marvel are fighting over money making. So here's what's going on. From what I understand, Disney wants half of the pie. I mean, Sony's getting half of the revenue, small revenue. So they come to Sony and say, and get their big boy britches and say, we want 50% more of what you're earning. So Sony says no. And then they all go up on an uproar and rants and all this crap. Because they own the rights to Sony, and the characters belongs to Sony, they should be legally entitled to do what they want with the character, regardless of who thinks it. Regardless of say, boycotting Sony is just another indication that Marvel has literally nothing if they lose this character. They are confirming all of us YouTubers correct, unless you have
The Sable agents are going too
no,
far.
not even that.
Try that on someone who can fight back.
Because you're only proving us right. Spider-Man is their bread and butter. If they lose that, then they're pretty much done. Because you just think about it. Who do they have that's worth a shit? But a cash cow like Spider-Man, I don't know, man. I really don't. Because you killed... Listen. You... But... Agreed, but Spider-Man was the most well-known. You already killed off Captain America. You already killed off Captain America. You already killed off Iron Man. Who do they have left? Oh yeah, you already gender swapped Thor because he's out. Out. No longer in the MCU. They killed him off after Endgame. They killed off Captain America. They made him an old man. Who is he gonna take their place? Falcon? No. No, Pippin. No. So far what they got is the old Hulk, Professor Hulk. They're trying to make a female She-Hulk movie, which is gonna probably be shit. They're trying to make another Avengers movie. They're trying to mess with Black Widow, and you really can't have her in the MCU because you already killed off that character. Solo movies, all you could do with the character now, like a prequel. Yes.
This is Control. Where are we with Union Square? Observation post alive.
They don't. They killed off most of the Avengers. The only person that's alive right now is Professor Hulk and Thor at this point. But he's joining the Guardians of the Galaxy, last I heard. I hate the prequels. This dude has a point. Prequels have kind of lost my interest after a while. Like, prequels aren't as good as the original sequel, like sequels are. I have to agree with that.
Ground teams report on the situation in the Flatiron.
Sometimes. You rarely find good ones. And this is why the anime industry is so fucking successful, is because they don't pander. They don't pander to these people.
Just who I didn't want to see.
9 times out of 10, you're gonna succeed. Look at how many hits that Ghibli films have.
I'd imagine my permanent record isn't looking too great right now.
Hello. Just trying to talk and it's okay. It's all good. But yeah, I was talking about the movies. Apparently, since Sony has the rights to do with the character as they please in the movie industry, Sony's taking their property back. And we already know that Sony's making the right moves. As Disney just proved that they don't care about Stan Lee, and his daughter made a quote not too long ago about Disney. Couldn't have treated my father worse. I think that's how it went. It's easy to forget it because I'm doing too much at one time. They couldn't have treated her father worse. That is her original words that she meant. The only... Oh, not unless you're on the stream, good, bro. I'm actually streaming at the moment.
You guys were so cranky. You needed a nap. Enjoy.
Our only hope is Black Widow film. Will bring Nat back, but I doubt it. Sadly, the Toby films still hold up the carpet. The third film? Well, I know a lot of people hate the third film, but at least it had a good story together. That's the only thing I can say good about it, is at least it had a good story. May not be the best interpretation of Venom, but it was somewhat close to what we have, you know, it's the same thing.
Ground teams, report on the situation in the Flatiron.
Do you need Justin to go back on? If he wants to. But I think if Sony does take back the movies, they need to do some serious research on what worked and what didn't. Take some lessons and notes from what worked in Amazing Spider-Man and what didn't. And a lot didn't work for Amazing Spider-Man. They should use that as reference, and that should fix the problems that they have with it. If they just listen. If they can do that, then they can succeed. They let the people do their jobs and what they want to do with the character, and if they listen to the fans' advice on how to do things and how to handle these characters, they can really succeed. They let the directors do their job. They can succeed, because Spider-Man 3 had the potential to succeed if Sony had not intervened. You're trying to make your mic available? Companies need to listen to fans, and that's what Marvel doesn't want to do. Marvel and Disney say fuck the fans, and to be honest with you, I'd rather have somebody that doesn't care if that's what they think about people.
But this is not how you re-assimilate into society.
They literally said in a tweet, you like what we give you. 'Cause you don't know what you want. That's what they said in a tweet. They don't know what we want. We don't know what we want, huh? That's what they tell yeah. They're gonna find out the hard truth, man. I don't want people like that handling a Marvel film. They don't care about the fans, and you know what? I'd rather have somebody that doesn't care. Just to do these films. I don't care anymore. I'm to the point where I just don't care. Most likely. Most likely, they'll be up for grabs pretty soon. Oh, I hope Capcom's gonna be interested because they can be a part of their universe now. Be kind of cool and interesting to see. I'm trying to keep an eye on the chat. I've seen fan films better than. Yo, you listen to this guy's complaint, and he's totally right. I have seen fan films better than the company films. Fan films by the fans. They know better. Exactly. I totally would agree with you on that because they know the character better. They've loved the character. They studied the character. They learned about the character and what it really means. Exactly. You can't, and people, like I said, I'm going to repeat what E just said, guys. You can't please everybody, but I'm pretty sure the minority of the people will agree with us. And he's right. We all agree with each other. The majority. The majority. I would rather you make your mic available to explain this because it's really you got some good points there. You got some good points to lay out to people.
For me, it kind of was.
I hope you can get into the conversation, bro. It's really interesting that people. You know, I think yeah. All right, man. It's all good. So he's on my party chat, guys. So if you hear me talking to myself, that's who I'm talking to. I'm talking to E on party chat. So I'm going to try to replicate what he said. So if you're at a theater and mainly you have one person, like 2 or 3 people, say that they rather like the fan films. No. The company films, and you got the other 18 in the theater saying that they love the fan films better. Then the majority will probably agree with that group. The rules. The majority rules. That's like in favor. Exactly. The fans know what they want to see. The fans know what they want to see. The fans knows what they want to see. And the only people that want to see that stuff are the Disney slaves. And he's 100% correct. My man Istaka X has a lot of wisdom under his belt. And I agree most of them. Even the things that we don't agree with, we're still friends at the end of the day sometimes. No, we're always friends at the end of the day. I'm a little tired, so I mix up my words. No. I'm a little tired right now, though, bro. I just had a long day. I did a rant video, and you know, I'm just not feeling great. I got allergies like hell. But I want to make this live stream for you guys because it's been requested, and you know, I want to give you guys some awesome content. And I love what I do with the anime stuff. It's just I love what I do on this channel, and it brings me nothing but joy and just pleasure just to do these videos for you guys. Being able to communicate with you guys means the world to me, and you know what? It's just a pleasure and an honor to being able to communicate with people that really feel the same way that we all do. Because we're fans at the end of the day. We love to see. We want to see what we want to see, and I don't think it's. Oh yeah. Nah. I can send you the link to it. Justin's in the party. He needs... I didn't notice because he's not enabling his mic. Yo, Justin, feel free to chime in, bro.
I'm just going to go.
Yeah, I got the allergies. I'm having fun, man. I'm just having so much fun chatting with you guys and just understanding our points of views. Is just, you guys are awesome. Appreciate you guys. Oh man, that's gross. Are you sending when you say twerk videos, do you mean like somebody like such as Brie Larson doing the twerking? Because that's disgusting. Oh. For example, years ago when the X-Men films came out, most fans wasted Wolverine and Rogue as a couple, and we asked Fox nicely to pray to please do it, and never happened. Sadly, fans know what they want. Exactly. Oh yeah, that was obvious. That was obvious. Yeah, because jealousy was a man's worst enemy. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Scott, as in like Cyclops, wasn't he falling in love with Jean Grey at the one time? Oh, okay. But where does that leave Rogue though? Oh shit. But what he was he was talking about was um, Rogue and Wolverine. Rogue had a thing for Wolverine, and the fans wanted to see that. Shout out to Rogue Harley Quinn, bro. She's got some good points. I think the person you should be talking to is Estaka X. He's on ps4. If you guys wanna, I'd love for you guys to hook up, man. It'd be kind of cool talking about more comic book stuff because he's also an expert on that stuff as well. Ah, okay. Logan was obsessed with Jean Grey, and it was stupid. I wouldn't. Well, yeah, I'd say so. I would agree with that. Yeah, they did have their moments at times. Yeah, that's also true. They had her. They had their. He said they had their moments, but never got anything too serious. It was just nah. I agree with him. Oh, when they kissed him. Why not marry Bad Deadpool? I'm just kidding. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. But all jokes aside, Gambit. I never read that far into Rogue and Gambit. It didn't that come with Hokage? What the fuck? I just heard Hugh Jackman tried to push for Wolverine and Rogue to hook up, but never happened. Sadly, last Rogue did try. It was a good attempt. I think the last X-Men film that did great would be Logan, the ending of Wolverine. I think how they ended it was a good way for Hugh Jackman to go out. I feel like if he did Wolverine again, which I don't think they'll hire him anymore, like that's the thing. There's only a few people that can only do the roles that they're given. Like when after their time's up, like there's only a few characters that they can only play. Like their skill set is for them only. Like only people who can play Iron Man is Robert Downey. Just like well, damn. Skin cancer? Huh. I can imagine, bro. Or you'll probably die of a heat stroke. For me, I can't imagine anyone to play Black Widow, except Scarlet. Dude, I can totally sympathize with that. Like, just like can't see anybody playing J. Jonah Jameson as J.K. Simmons did. And there's only things you can do with the character. Like, I think only Hugh Jackman can play that character because we grew up with Hugh Jackman. Some of us did, some of us. I just I think at this point in time, them trying to remake a one of those X-Men characters or Wolverine would be a huge mistake without Hugh Jackman because he's so well loved in that franchise. I think you can't imagine anybody else playing Wolverine without Hugh Jackman. Maybe. It's a good thing Hugh Jackman did not go into the MCU. I'm so glad that he didn't go in the MCU.
Hope everything's okay at Feast.
They won't stick to the plot. MCU has gone woke, man. They're not gonna stick to the no. They try to force too many politics into films. That's not how people roll. And I've already called this once before. Captain Marvel 2 is going to fail. And we all know why that's going to fail in the box office. It's already failed once. It's going to fail again. No, they would rather see Alita Battle Angel. Hashtag illegal Alita Army.
Officers needed in Little Italy.
I know everybody would agree with me on that. What if the Dark Avengers is their way to bring back the Captain America, Cap, Nat, and Tony? I don't know if that's a good move considering what they're doing with the MCU. I'd rather them stay dead because, what they're doing with Phase 4, what they're doing with, yeah. Plus, I think these actors are getting too old to play the characters anymore. Like, they've been around since the early 2000s. For them to play now, I think the MCU is too stubborn to have, them play the role again. Considering that they're going woke and they're trying to gender swap most characters. I see that very unlikely to happen. But I'd be surprised if it did. Yeah, they're gonna gender swap every character in the Avengers. They're trying to make a Lady Avengers. Yeah, we all know that's gonna fail hard.
Great news! The 10th time I put you away, the beating is free!
I'm doing okay, Aurora.
Attention agents in Hudson Town.
Scarlet is still young, can do more films. Of course she can. I mean, I think that's. I think she could do more Black Widow.
You can scare some
I
kids.
mean, I really wanted a Black Widow film since after first Avengers movie ended. I would love to see that, a movie based on Taskmaster. Gesundheit. Hmm? Been trying. If we can get on a little bit early, we can play. Like during the day. It's getting kind of late where I'm at right now. I get on somewhere around I get up at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, maybe 12 or 11. Because I'm not a morning person at all. I'm like a night owl right now.
Hear me out. When you're out of prison, ease up on the prison riots.
Transport is taking fire. Location is south of Houston.
If I keep this up, soon I'll have arrested literally every
Taskmaster is in Black Widow? Apparently. Yeah. Yeah, he's in Black Widow. I'm a night owl too. At least I'm not alone. Yo, be sure to hit the subscribe button. I like to talk to you more, Rogue Harley Quinn. I like this dude. I like him. He has some good points. I think he'd be a good addition to the channel.
All units, hostiles are taking sniper fire. Officers near Nolita, please report.
Oh yeah, he's in a party, but he just disabled his mic for some reason. I love the Raimi suit in this game, guys. I think this has to be the number one suit I really love in this game. I subbed and hit the. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. Welcome to the Shadow Gamer family. I always do that. Spider-Man PS4. I was talking about the suit in the game. I think the Raimi suit has to be my favorite. My second favorite would be the Future Foundation, and then Dark suit. It looks pretty badass too. Let's see. Let me go up here. I usually play this suit when I'm about to kind of try to get some sleep after like 2 hours of streaming. I don't know if it's been 2 hours. Let me check. I'm aiming to go for another hour, maybe. Depending what time it is right now. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. Jeez, 2:13 in the morning. Can Sony take back the MCU suits in the game? Well, since it's already in the game, you know, I think it's probably gonna stay there. You're missing something. What are you missing? Coffee? At first, I wasn't a fan of the white spider on the advanced suit, but it grew on me. Right, I agree with you on that. Like this one grew on me as well. Like I like the details of the back of the suit. I might just do a top 10 on my next video. I just have a list. I have a whole list of the best suits and the worst suits in the game, and I just haven't had a chance to make it yet. I got it all completed, but I just haven't had a chance to make it yet. Um, Mouse Fett on Justin's PS4. Awesome, bro. But the other one that really grew on me was this one, I think, a little bit. I still don't like the suit, but it's decent. Let's see, let's see. This one kind of grew on me, but I don't like the suit anyway. It's like, eh. But it works. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. I like the details, the small details. Now, the one thing that I wish they could have done differently would be the too many iterations of the classic suit. I felt like that was a stretch. This was a stretch. You know, the torn suit. Um, I think that was I don't know about that one. I think that's a good move when they had that. But this was a little too much. Like I feel like the Into the Fighter verse was reminding me all about the classic suits that are already in the game, as well as the Cyborg Spider-Man suit. I think it was just this suit, this moderationist suit, crammed with the damage suit. Like it was just implemented. Don't get me wrong, the metal arm is freaking badass, but I think they could have done a little bit more better if they just not copied and paste from a different suit. I noticed the advanced suit could be homage to Captain America. Oh, dude, like let's see, what was his name? Winter Soldier. When that Winter Soldier? Isn't that the Stark suit from the home suit? The same suit or different? They all look similar. That's my point. Like some of them are just the same iterations, and which I think it was kind of since you already have the torn suit, a wasted slot, and the classic suit, which was a wasted slot. Like you can have one or the other. It's just you just don't have the damage suit. This one was a little overkill because it reminded me too much of this suit here. Like it's the same thing. Homecoming, yeah, it was okay because it's a movie suit. I don't care. But I never really. I think they could have done something unique and different with it, with this one than just buy a suit. But you know, it's good. It's a good suit overall. I just don't like playing as this one much. Don't really play as that one much. Oh, by the way, these are my fourth and fifth ones. Like I love the Mark Armor suit. The Mark 1 looks pretty badass. Keep the same mechanics. What you need the reboot of? What is the game again? Machido Blade.
Okay, I visited your website, and nowhere did it say make crisis situations worse.
Ground teams, report on the situation in the Flatiron. Observation post established. Situation hold.
The Fantastic Four suit looks pretty killer or really weird. I would say the only thing that looks pretty weird is the eyes, but I think that's a unique Insomniac look, you know. And that I think that's a future Foundation. I used to like that suit when I played the Amazing Spider-Man 1. They made it more realistic and futuristic, but they kind of messed up a little bit of the eyes, but aside from that, I really like the suit. I like the black and white suit. Reminds me of Enoch, or some kind of like, no, it reminds me of, remember that, in the game, if you played the game, you remember that black and white symbol? What's that, for Mr. Negative? Martin Lee? That kind of reminds me of it, because, I can't remember what it's called, though. I'm a little out of it right now. A little tired. I'm really hoping that I just forgot what I heard that. I didn't hear it, but I'm glad I didn't. I'm just kind of like thinking to myself too much. Sony Racing, and is Sony Racing, recasting Spidey again, or keeping the same Tom for now? I honestly don't know. He's also bitching and whining about Sony's decision to keep the character. So if he goes, or if he goes with Sony, because he is still contract for another 2 movies, if he decides to walk away, or if he decides to, it's totally up to him what to do, what he decides to do. But I would rather keep playing the game and have Sony do like a light reboot to continue the story where Far From Home left off, because it's not uncommon for people to do a light reboot. And take place right after the last movie. But we would have to do kind of like a different. They would have to make some changes to it, which I don't mind all that much. But it would be a lot easier to have it completed rather than untouched. Which some people have different opinions on that, and I totally respect that. But you know, it's neither here nor there. I mean, there's a lot of things Sony can do if they decide to continue that story. So that's totally not off the table. But the cast would have to be in a full agreement there. It's their decision to make. Or if it's also their decision if they want to act like a bunch of pussies and not even do the film, because Disney. Disney and Marvel doesn't have the rights to it, and they just want to be bitches. And just say, no, I don't want to do it. Question: was Homecoming Disney or Sony or Disney MCU? I would say if it's in the MCU, it was a Disney film, because they did acquire the rights to the MCU on Marvel. Sony only Sony lend. So here's the thing why I say Sony has the right to do what they want. Because they own the character. The only thing that they did to where they were allowed to make Marvel Cinematic Universe available for them to use Spider-Man was because they lend it to them. They lend them the character to complete a story arc, or they do what they want with it for now. And that they made a money deal where they get half the profits and they get a certain amount of profits because they provided the cash for them to make the films. Now that Disney comes up and says, I want 50% more than what you're raking in. Yeah, you can only imagine how Sony's going to react to that. No. I don't think they even paid them what they owed them, though. They kept them up. From what I understand from different sources, they kept the money for themselves and not even bothered to pay Sony what they owe them. Think of it as a loan, and Sony's the loan sharks. They didn't pay them. They didn't pay the loan sharks, and now they're taking it away from them. That's the best technology I can make right at the moment. Pretty much. That's the best demonstration I thought of. Oh yeah. I think of it as loan sharks because Sony merely lended them the character. They lended them the Peter Parker character as an Spider-Man character. They still have the deed to the character. They still own the character. They just merely let Marvel use it and came across a deal for both of them. Now that they didn't honor what they agreed upon, and they just want more money out of them, of the character in general. From what I gather, it's just Disney being greedy, and they just want more raking in more of the profits and leaving Disney with leaving with Sony absolutely nothing in return. And from a business standpoint, I can understand why they said no. Does that make Sony wrong? Hell no. They own the character. They own the rights to it. Therefore, they should be able to do what they want with it. That is their choice and theirs alone to make. Now, the actors are a different story. I don't know if they'll be able to... I think it would probably be up to them. If they wanted to do a light reboot and have the same cast, it would be up to the characters themselves and the actors themselves to decide whether or not they wanted to reprise a role as their characters. That is theirs and theirs alone to actually consider. Like that's their decisions. Do actors get a say or not? Really? I'd say depending on what Sony decides to do now that they took it back. If Sony decides, actors and actresses are freelancers. They are legally allowed to choose what roles they want to do. But I'd say if Sony's deciding to do, or they can say, you know what, we're gonna do a different cast like every other reboot has. But those are just options. Since Scarlett Johansson is producing Black Widow, could she bring Nat back to us if she wanted to? Because I feel as if she could try. Well, I mean, yeah, I would say so, but at the end of the day, it all depends on if Marvel is in agreement. I honestly, it all depends on Marvel's decision making. I think some when they are directors, there's companies that are above the directors, so they have to ask for the green light to actually do so. And that is the question that I honestly just. Well, yeah, I mean, if it's owned by a different company, that's not my area of expertise, but I think you're able to if. But I do know a lot about how to do things, like how to be able to. I study a lot of it, even though I am a little bit of an inexperience when it comes to that area of expertise. I do a lot. I'm planning on getting into a college up in Georgia somewhere, where I can study like voice acting and performing arts in general. So I hope to be able to attend that. But I can tell you that some companies require the actors or the directors to actually get permission for those ideas and propose them. But it's up to the companies, from what I gather, it is up to the companies themselves if they will give them the green light. Yeah, if it's an original movie or if it's like some kind of continuation or a way to bring back some characters that you killed off. But if you were able to do that, you would have to do it some kind of discrete storyline where you could do that. That's how I would approach it at this point. Like, since you killed the character off, I would try to find, if I was in Johansson's shoes, I would try to find some kind of storyline or some kind of arc that was able to bring back a killed ally or a killed character. Like, somewhere around those lines, like maybe a story from a comic where they were able to bring back Scarlet Joe. Yeah, it is a big maybe, but it's not. That's to say, it is doable, but you have to find the right story arc. It isn't a bad idea. I could totally work in their favor, but it's totally up to the source and what kind of stories you can find or whatnot. But I would love to see her resurrection on that. I would pay to see that. The reason I think that might be coming back, there is a there's a set pic where she's in the water holding um, something glowing, like Gamora. Remember, I think she had to die for the Soul Stone, so if we could find something that, like a little loophole that allows you to bring back that character, maybe. That could be a possible maybe. Well, that's also a burn there too, so... So finding some loopholes around the Infinity Stones would be a challenging thing. Um, I don't know if...
Should stop at Feast to check on Miles.
let's see. She was holding um, something orange or reddish color. Yeah, that's something I would have to look into though. I red is the Power Stone, and what's the orangish? Hey, did you know that Rooster Brothers wanted to do a Wolverine movie? Yeah, I don't know if that's a good idea though. You would have to bring back Hugh Jackman. I just feel you can't do a Wolverine film without the man who made it possible. But I would love to see it nonetheless and see what they got in store. First, I would need the ideas and what they're trying to do on it. I do like what the Rooster Brothers put together, but it's a little risky at this point in time to do like something like that.
What is it with people trying to kill me while all wearing the same outfit?
I'm still here. I'm in the party. Oh no, he's playing Sniper Elite 4. That's just him offset playing Sniper Elite 4. Correction.
So is attacking me part of an insanity defense or what?
Come on, come on, come on! Show me the cheerleaders. I wonder if people did that in the football games these days, since it is almost football season.
nice break. Thanks.
Yeah, I agree. MCU fans don't trust him anymore. I wouldn't. Well, uh, I just think they've been a part of certain stuff that, you know, they're good on the filmmaking, somewhat on the filmmaking, but I just don't know about that. I don't know about them doing a Wolverine movie. I think they should wait on that if they want to. I don't know. Too soon. I'd say it's too soon to make a Wolverine film. Too soon. I'll be Dirty Dan in a minute. I felt like in-game wanted to, let me see. I only felt in-game wanted to go out with a bang, but blew up in their faces, in my opinion. Well, I would say the re-release definitely blew in their faces because they put scenes that were unfinished, and that's a no-no.
Better choices next time, but let's be real.
They pretty much ended everything with Endgame. They ended everything with Endgame.
What is it with people trying to kill me while all wearing the same outfit?
Sniper, bitch. Ooh.
Last time, just because you're behind me does not mean you can whistle at me, motherfucker.
The time, okay, let me see. The time stuff in Endgame made no sense to me. Well, I mean, it is difficult if you... I think it requires somebody to really pay attention to each and every scene. And it's hard to do that if people take these elements out of the movies and, you know, then through the DVD release and all the other stuff. So, I think if they ended up taking Hawkeye out of the picture and what happened in the beginning of the movie, then yeah, it'd be hard to follow what happened. That and there's just it can be a hot mess when you think about it. I'm not gonna lie about that.
Save us all some hassle.
That both Infinity War and Endgame can be a difficult one to kind of follow. You'd have to pay real close attention to some of the details at the time. So, and plus, I don't really know if they took most of the stuff out that made it vital, because Disney and Marvel are known to do that because either A, it's offensive, or B, they find it's inappropriate. Which you should never do that. Like that's the amount of time where it is because it's storytelling based. Oh, yo, he said something kind of interesting. He said it was spreading vaginas, I guess, in a way. They were busy, yeah. They were too busy doing that. And pandering to these SJWs without no dicks. Would you like to show me your balls? Oh my. You get Zarbon in there. Don't get Zarbon in here.
Oh.
Get me with that grenade. Dude, I really wish you were in this fucking stream. Aurora, I wish you were in this stream. I wish you would make your mic available. Holy shit, what you're saying is funny as hell.
What is it with people trying to kill me while all wearing the same outfit?
Nah, I don't think it will hit a nerve. Yeah, you guys knows we're all joking. Spread it. No, that's up to Sony if they want to spread their no. That's up to Disney if they want to spread their legs and open it wide. Yeah,
They try to kill me, and they look so surprised when I beat them up.
open wide for baby. Oh, don't go there. Okay, I reached. Why do I hang out with you guys? Seriously, I'm party chat no less.
Again? Oh, I get it. It's not like the city has real problems.
No, I think that's what makes my channel great is all the craziness, you know. I rake in those views. Did you ignore the Hawkeye Nat romance? Actually, no, I didn't. I was talking about that. I think that's what they were trying to take out for Endgame when they did the DVD release. They're trying to take that out of there, and they were trying to take out certain stuff that kind of made it no sense to do that.
That makes it what?
I mean,
100 counts of assaulting a stable agent?
what he becomes after is the main reason I think why that and losing his family and his wife made him. All of those are good. Are I meant to say MCU ignored it. No, you're good. You're good. I hope Sony doesn't forget all that stuff. I hope they don't. I hope they listen to the fans. I hope they do. Whoa, Joe, did you hear about Black Desert? I heard that there you have to pay money. You have to pay money. You have to pay money, don't you?
Hope everything's okay at Feast.
I hope. I don't know. Yeah, I hope you don't have to pay to play the game, though.
Get him next time.
I just want to get the standard. No, I don't want to pay to play the game. Final Fantasy is the reason why I don't play the online games. And you have to pay to play that stuff. I just felt like that Nat and Clint were more than friends. Most ship with her with Clint and Captain America. Oh, that's gay. Some people try to put let me see. They try to put Clint from Hawkeye and Captain America together. Oh my god, no. God dang it, man. No. I think that's stupid. No. They want that shit, they can go fuck over Overwatch. Fuck Overwatch's ass. I meant Nat with them. Nah, you're good, it's all good. Oh, don't even get me started on Ronald McDonald. Jesus, that clown's a fucking gay faggot.
Ooh.
Some even pair Nat with Spider-Man. I don't know if that works. It's too young for Nat. Yeah, people are fucked up in the head. That's just my opinion. There people are fucked up in the head. Someone asked me to say that again. So I said it again.
Ground team, what's the status of our position in the West Village? Patrol on the move. No sign of priority target.
Oh, isn't it Squidbillies you're talking about? Oh, the Super Aqua Teen, whatever. Boondocks. Oh, your pretty little face is going to hell. That's what you're talking about. The Adult Swim shows, the ones I had people watch would be Robot Chicken. Yeah, I think that's what it's called, Justice Mansion. I think it makes fun of the Super Friends.
On alert for priority target.
Let me see. Peter is like 5'16" in the MCU, right? There's so many iterations of him that I've lost track. Do you like how they made Spidey older in this game, or do you not like him as a teen hero? Honestly, I like him either way, but I think Insomniac doing a more experienced Spidey is brings a good storyline, which is kind of a new take on the web slinger. And it's like, I feel if they did a teen Spider-Man right now, that it would be just like all the other titles in the past. I think they made the right choice when they went to the more of a more older experienced Spider-Man. I like that fact. I'm really excited to see what they do in the sequel, and how they will play these symbiotes. If reboots, I hope not again. No Origin again. Well, I mean, I agree with you. I agree with you on that. If they do decide to do a reboot, don't do a reboot, but be sure to make those popular words intact. Make sure, like, I think that's what made the MCU people, like, why people don't like the MCU, is make sure you reference Uncle Ben. You don't have to redo his origin, just reference his words. With great power comes great responsibility. Make that a point. Instead of making Tony Stark, I think why I think some people don't like the MCU Spider-Man was because he was fussing over Stark, or Tony Stark, Mr. Stark. Oh, I can't live up to his expectations. Oh, I can't live up to this. I can't live up with that. And that was I think that's one of my main problems of Far From Home, because he was trying to take himself and compare himself to Tony Stark and what he's accomplished. I want a Spider-Man film, not like an origin film, but make sure if you decide to do another reboot, make sure you reference those Uncle Ben's words and make sure he's recognized. That's all you got to do. All you got to do. Make Spider-Man, yeah, make Peter Parker and Spider-Man's lesson notable in the film. You don't have to do the origin. Just make those popular words his philosophy, his reason to become Spider-Man. Because if you take that away and you don't learn from that, from what happened to Uncle Ben, then what made Spider-Man Spider-Man. That's why he became a hero, is because he went through that. Don't make him forget that. Just reference those words. That's all Sony needs to do. Forget about the origin story. Just continue where they left off. Just don't not mention those words, because that's what makes Spider-Man Spider-Man. Okay. MCU ignored Uncle Ben and everyone wanted to get with Aunt May. I think that's one of the downfalls to it. I think them ignoring Uncle Ben was a bad move, because that was Spider-Man's motivation before becoming Spider-Man in the first place. Don't take that element out. You don't have to do the origin story. Just keep those words intact. That's all you gotta do. I think Marvel didn't do that, and that's why people don't really like that about the movie. Just reference it. That's all they would have to do.
The sad part is, in an hour, these same guys will be back out chasing.
Did Aunt May even talk about Uncle Ben? Nah, I don't think she did, bro. I don't. If she did, I didn't. I don't recall. I really don't.
Should stop at Beast to check on Miles.
Aunt May is happy with Hogan. Thing was. It was filled with Uncle Ben. I agree with that. I don't know. I think that was a bad idea to make Hogan a love interest. Jesus. What is Marvel doing? They think the fans are gonna eat that shit up?
The fuck? Oh hell.
The Aunt May Happy Hogan thing was F you to Uncle Ben. Yeah, then yeah, I don't like what they did with that then.
What the fuck?
Alright guys, I think we'll end this stream here. I wanna just
Come on.
I like a younger Aunt May, but thought of that was interesting. I won't lie with you on that. I thought it was interesting too.
Yeah,
But I think we'll stop the stream here. I hope to do another one soon. Feel free to check out my other videos, which is Throwback Wednesday episode 10. If you guys want to see more anime content, that is the best thing that I've always worked on, and I loved to this day. Still love it. I have completed 3 seasons already. Go check out season 3. I got 10 episodes already completed. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please feel free to like, share it, and subscribe. Also, yeah, just check out the other videos and other segments I do on the channel. I'd really appreciate that, and give you all overall thoughts on these anime content. That helps out that helps out the channel tremendously, and all you guys are just amazing. I can't thank you guys enough for the support and everything, guys. You guys rock. You guys rock. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. See you guys later.